Yo, we gotta talk, man. We have to talk. And I need to ask you a question. The question is very simple, and I guarantee you are not gonna come up with any reasonable excuse for the question. And the question is, why not you? You've had that idea, you've had that creative project, that possibly risky thing that you want to take, that next step, the business you want to create, right? Maybe you want to be on YouTube, maybe you want to start an Instagram page, your own website, your own agency, whatever it is. And you've entertained the thought, you've thought about it, you've maybe planned it and strategized it, and somehow you've concluded that it's not for you, that you're not made out for it, that you need to do some other thing before you can actually get started. Like the amount of times I've heard, I need to fix my life, I need to figure this out, I need to do this first, I need to do that first before I can start my dream, before I can start the thing that I know deep down inside I'm going to absolutely love and enjoy. But before I do that, before I set myself free, I need to do this other thing. I need to get distracted in some other way for me to do that. But it's an endless cycle because you keep distracting yourself. Because I've been there, right? I'm not judging at all by any means. I've been there. I am that guy. I am the guy who will create the plan, who will journal about it, who will come up with the template, the script, everything. I'm the guy who comes up with business plans without executing on the business. I've been there for many years. And I finally stopped. And guess what? I started on that thing. Just before, maybe 3 years ago, this still would have all been talk. I wouldn't be here in front of this camera right now recording for you. In my room. I mean, look at my room. I've just got my computer here and it's just a small little box. This is it. Why not me? I mean, you see the guys in the villas, the apartments, right? The luxury boats. I can make it from here. Because it's not the material thing that it takes. It's just a commitment. You need to have that commitment and that self-trust to say that, yes, no matter what it is, no matter how hard it is, if someone else has done it, I can do it too, because they are a human and I am a human being. And they weren't born with anything greater than I. They just committed and they had that self-trust in themselves that, hey, even if they had no idea of what they were doing, even if you didn't know what step to take next, as long as you just started, you were eventually going to get there. Because let me give you a crazy fact. Your brain is more powerful than you can imagine. And when you set an intention and you make a commitment to say, yes, this is finally it, I'm starting, and I'm going to start on this thing and work as much as possible. I don't know what step I'm going to take next, but I'm just going to start. Guess what? When you make that intention clear out into the world, your brain processes that and says, okay, yep, my host has just made this commitment, so I'm going to do everything in my power to help fulfill their goal, because your brain and you are the one. It will help you. It will help you get to that next stage of yourself. So what happens? You make that intention and you come up with that idea. You come up with that next step anyway. You solve the problem anyway. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe in months. But the moment you make that intention, you know how you get like shower thoughts. You get some random thoughts when you're sitting down, you're in the shower, you're taking a poopy, and thoughts come into your brain. Usually 90% of the time, those thoughts are useless thoughts. Like the fact that you're hungry, or, he said that and she did this and I saw this, and you're probably even scrolling like on the toilet, maybe even in the shower. God, I mean, if I had enough wisdom, if we had waterproof phones, people would be scrolling in the shower, right? Literally. So you probably don't even sit down silently when you're doing this stuff. And sometimes I don't either. Most of the time I don't either. But you know what? I've realized when you make that intention clear And your brain processes that intention and says, okay, yep, time to take things seriously. Anytime you are silently sitting by yourself with no outside stimulus or distraction and you're still, the thoughts that naturally come into your mind are aligned with that purpose, that mission, that commitment, the intentions that you set prior. The thoughts that come in are aligned with that goal. You come up with the solutions, the strategies, the next step, what to do, how to improve. You come up with that all naturally. And guess what else happens? Because you made the commitment, now you want to learn. Now that when you do see a problem, you want to learn about it. You find the solution to it. And that is the fulfilling part. Like, getting started and starting that business, starting that YouTube channel, the amount of people that will say, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I don't get clients? But that's the fun part. Think about it. Just like in a video game, when you're doing missions that are hard, it's fun. Yeah, the hard missions, you could fail, but just because you failed a mission in a video game doesn't mean you ever gave up on it. You just tried again and you tried again and you tried again. And guess what? When you're young, you can do that. Because when you're young, life is really, like, you can really respawn when you're young. You don't have anything, hopefully. You don't have a mortgage, a family to feed, a child to look after. Hopefully you don't have anything like that. When you don't have responsibilities to other people, you're playing life on respawn mode. You can respawn. And so think about it. Again, the perfect analogy is when you're playing the Grand Theft Auto heist, the Destiny raids, the whatever, and you fail that mission, you don't just quit and sell the game. You try again and again and again until you get it. And guess what? When you do get it, the feeling of having overcome that challenge is specifically why you get addicted to the video game. And so why don't we get addicted to business and work and purpose instead? Because it shouldn't be that problem or that challenge stopping you. It shouldn't be the fact that you might not get views. I mean, look, here's my computer. Every day I come here and I'm looking at my videos and I'm seeing 50 views, 20 views, hundreds of views, thousands of views, and then 20 views again and 30 views again. But it is precisely that challenge of finding that one video that will stick and do really well. That is the fulfilling and the fun part. Sure, sometimes I get discouraged when I make a video that I think is going to be really good, but the world doesn't think it's good, right? Surely I get discouraged. But it is about that mindset specifically that this is just like a game and every video I release is a specific mission. And if I fail the mission, I'm just going to try again and again and again until I ace the mission, right? That's the way I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at this as the problems. Challenges should be fun. You need to look at challenges as fun, as something that you're looking forward to encountering. I hope you encounter challenges in your life. I hope your life is problematic. I really wish a bit of suffering in your life. I hope your life goes to a little bit of shit before it gets better, because it is specifically then you are forced to make a choice. Are you going to victimize yourself forever? Or are you going to say that everything that is happening around me, to me, isn't happening to me, it's happening for me? Because when it's happening for you, you have the choice to view it and process it in a certain way. You can view it as a victim, or you can also view it as some sort of challenge, a lesson, a mission that the universe or God has bestowed upon you so that you may pass or you may try and get better and improve your character along the way. That's the whole purpose. Starting isn't about starting so you can be successful. Starting is about learning everything about that specific topic there is and doing your best and getting as good as possible within whatever means possible. Just start. What are you waiting for? So let me ask you that question again. What excuse? Why not you? What excuse do you have for me? Honestly, you won't have none. Start. If you are struggling with finding people on a similar bandwidth, on a similar frequency, who also want to start, maybe don't even know how to start, but they just know they want to start, you can go to the description and just check out our community. It might be helpful. Much love.